Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cryptic Reasoning. This is now episode number 5. And before I get into the video, I got to shout out everybody that's been supporting the channel, that's hitting that subscribe button, that's hitting that like button, the whole community over there, Podcast Networking Union, and everyone else that I meet, whether on, at work or wherever, I thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for being a part of this community and helping the channel grow. And as a token of my appreciation, tonight's episode is going to be dedicated to you, or to everyone that's actually in this category. And when I say in this category, what exactly am I talking about? I'm talking about every individual out there that knows that they're living a double life. Right? And when I say living a double life, meaning not that you're doing, bad things or anything like that, but you're actually working for an organization that doesn't recognize the value, the asset, the type of person that you are, right? And what you bring to the table, right? You might have a 9-to-5, you might have a career, whatever it is, and you put in the work, you go the extra mile, you're doing not only your job, but you're doing your boss Lazy Larry's job, right? You're doing Slippy Ricky's job, right? You're doing everyone else's job in the department, including your own, right? So you're thinking to yourself, well, since I'm doing everybody's job, right, I should be compensated properly, right? I should get either a raise of pay because I'm saving the company a whole lot of money by not only doing what is in my job description, but also doing what's in other people's job description as well. Does that make sense? In a perfect world, that makes sense. In every world, it should make sense, right? You should either be compensated properly, right? Or you should be promoted to a position and compensated properly, right? But unfortunately, that's not how things always work. Sometimes in these environments, in these organizations, you have people, they have like conflict of interest, right? So you might be doing your job and someone that you've been outworking this person, you've been outperforming this person, that you've taught this person I wouldn't say everything they know, but you've trained this person at some point or another, whatever it is, right? But for some odd reason, the people that are in position, meaning i.e. your direct supervisors or whatever it is, are stifling your growth, right? So now, on one level, we have the organization that's always trying to save money, right? Whether it be, shareholders, or the board, whatever it is, like they are worried about the bottom line and how much they can squeeze out of every single department in order to make more profit, right? And pocket that profit. And does it go back into the company? Does it go back to the people at the bottom of the chain? Absolutely not. It doesn't, right? And this isn't an attack on any institution in any way, shape, or form. But this is what cryptic reasoning is about, right? It's about putting the truth out there and for, people to actually, arrive at their own conclusion. But I think it's fair, right? Say, for instance, if you ran an organization, how would you run the organization, right? Would you run the organization where you would promote somebody just because you liked the person? I mean, right? It's okay not to like. You're not going to like everyone, right? But at the same time, are you going to promote the person that you like or the person that's best qualified? And when I say best qualified, I don't mean in terms of the paperwork. I don't mean in terms of the degree. I don't mean in terms of what looks good on paper. Has this person, since they've been here, are they proving that they're capable of doing the job? Are they consistent, right? Are they going above and beyond? Are you going to hire that person or the person that you love or the person that you like? Right? So now, it's a really tricky situation, but it shouldn't have to be, right? So here you are, as I said before, doing everything and beyond everything that you're supposed to be doing, but not being recognized for what it is, for the work that you're putting in. You're being it's almost as if they're doing it on purpose, right? So at every turn of the corner, despite the work that you're putting in, it almost seems as if it doesn't matter. The level of efficiency that you're displaying, right? The level of accuracy, right? And how hard you're working, how hard you're going in order to help everyone, including the company, to reach their goal, right? You should be getting compensated for that. But again, it's not the world we live in, right? But there's hope. It's okay. I feel as if, this is energy. You're getting energy from the situation. You might not realize it. You might think to yourself, man, your emotional self might take over, right? And you might be thinking, man, I don't want to say it on camera. You understand what I'm saying? Right? You might be thinking about maybe doing something to somebody, or you might be thinking, man, F this job. I'm going to leave. Right? But it doesn't have to get to that point. Right? Before it gets to that point, this is what you should do. Right? You see that extra energy that you're using to go above and beyond and dedicating your whole entire life, right, to a company or an organization that it's almost as if they don't see the value in you and they don't appreciate the value that you bring, right? They don't treat you as if they appreciate the value that you bring, right? So you take that energy. It's okay, because of course you're going to be frustrated as a result of that, but you have to take that energy and you have to direct it, right? A simple shift in perspective, directed toward a goal that you have, directed toward your passion, right? Because everyone is an individual and everyone has their strengths and everyone has their weaknesses, right? Some people might be stronger in other areas than other people. You understand what I'm saying? But you're showing that you're able to dedicate yourself to a craft. You're able to dedicate yourself to something, but dedicate yourself to something that's going to yield you results, right? Don't dedicate yourself to something that doesn't care if you exist or not, that's willing to replace you at the drop of a dime. And I'm not saying get up and, completely neglect, the people that look or are depending on you, right? I'm not saying quit. I'm saying do precisely what's in your job description, right? If not, maybe get another job. But that extra time that you have, that extra effort that you normally would put into this job, you take that effort and you put it into what it is that you're building. Roll the dice on yourself. I beg you, roll the dice on yourself, because you deserve to be happy, right? And if you continue in this vein, working this way, going above and beyond, right? But on the inside, you're not fulfilled, you're not happy, right? Think about doing that for the next 3, 4, 5 years. It's just going to yield frustration, right? And it's just going to be a buildup of frustration, right? So you got to take that energy and you have to direct it to the angle, or to the how would you say now, to your passion, right? Direct it toward your life's mission. There we go, right? Direct it toward your mission in life, as opposed to directing it toward people that don't really care if you exist or not, because they feel as if they're going to replace you, but little do they know, they're not just going to replace you with just any and anyone, right? Because you're special, you're a rare breed. You're the type that goes above and beyond, right? When things need to be done, you get it done. Everyone's not going to do that, right? And the higher ups should see it, but 9 times out of 10, you don't even know who the higher ups are, right? They don't even care enough 9 times out of 10 to introduce themselves. They don't care enough to try to gain some perspective, to know what it is from that angle, to know what's really going on at that angle, so that they could better improve the organization, so that it's a better place for everyone that's a part of the organization. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, things are going to be perfect in every organization, right? Or things are going to be perfect if you were the person that ran the organization, right? But at the same time, there has to be an effort, right? So all I have to really say, right, is find your passion, rediscover your passion, take that energy, put it into something that you know is eventually going to yield your results. And I'm not saying initially it's going to be something that's going to pay, but right, this isn't about just money, right? Money is one aspect of things, right? Money is energy, but over time, the money will come, right? But for now, this is what you do, right? Because this is something that you love, because this is something that sits well with you. This is something that you're like, man, you know what? I love doing this. I'm great at this. And I'm able to do this to impact other people in a positive way, right? I'm able to take care of my family, which is what you're going to say at some point, through something that I love to do, right? As opposed to, man, I could hardly do the things that I want to do. I could hardly take care of the people that I want to take care of, that I should take care of, the people that I'm responsible for, right? Especially speaking to those who have kids and maybe a family, right? And I really don't like where it is that I'm going. I really don't like the environment that I'm in. It's a toxic environment, right? What have you really got to lose? You really want to dedicate yourself to just unhappiness and just perpetual unhappiness and the wheels of unhappiness turning? Or do you want to get to the point where you're like, yo, you know what? I made some sacrifices, right? And I gambled on myself and it paid out. It paid off, right? So that's my goal. That's kind of what I want to see, for everyone that's watching these videos, right? And that's the way how the world should be. People shouldn't have to get up and go somewhere that they don't want to go, right? But at the end of the day, while you're there, don't allow your emotional self to rule you, right? There's a way how you can just kind of just sit back, do what it is that you're supposed to do, keep a cool head, cooler heads prevail, because you know the mission that you have in the back of your mind. You know where you're headed. You have to be certain, you have to be sure that this is where I'm headed, this is where I've been, but this is where I'm headed. And that goal has to be so grand, has to be so big, that every time you think about it, it puts a smile on your face. Every time you think about it, it makes you calm because you're able to visualize it. You're able to see it in your mind, in your mind's eyes, in your third, however, right? You're able to see it, right? So don't think of this as, oh, this is just a fantasy. This is just a, something that's just going on in my head. No, this is absolutely something that you can manifest. However, right, you got to put one foot in front of the next foot and then keep going until you get to that point, right? So this toxic environment that you're in at your workplace or wherever it is that you are, right? Unless that's somewhere where you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable there, gamble on yourself. Take a chance on yourself, right? And even if, let's say, you do take a chance on yourself, right? And it's not working out, try something else. But make sure it's something that you love doing, right? And if everyone was kind of doing that, everyone was pursuing their passion outside of, what their occupation was, right? Especially if they're not happy at their occupation, but you're able to do something that just balances things out, right? You tend to now find balance in life, right? You tend to find, all right, cool, that environment is that environment. But when I'm here and I'm locked in, man, I'm so at peace. I'm so in tune. I'm so synchronized. right? My goal is to get you to that point. But your goal has to be to get you to that point as well, right? So, listen, guys, if you're in any of these environments, if this is what's going on for you at work or, you know, anywhere that you are, roll the dice on yourself. Take that chance. Take the chance, right? Anyway, thank you guys for listening in again to another episode of Cryptic Reasoning. There are some people that I should be shouting out, other than just the group. However, this episode we're not going to do any shout outs. So the next episode we're going to do some shout outs because to be completely honest with you, because like even right now, like I don't have anything written because everything that I've written over the last 3 days somehow disappeared from notes. I don't know how that happened. So I had to just come and just speak directly from the heart. But anyway, I just want to see, I want people around me to feel good. I want people that watch these videos to feel good. I want these videos to bring value to you, to your family, and to everyone. You understand what I'm saying? That's what cryptic reasoning is about, right? At some point in the future, I'm going to start a different podcast that shows a different side of myself. But I want when my daughter watches it, when my little sisters watch it, you know, I want them to get some inspiration from it. I want when anyone out there that's watching these videos, I want them to be inspired. I want this podcast to help make a positive impact on your life, to propel you to the next level, to get you to level up, to get to the point where you want to get to. Does that make sense? Right? So that's what cryptic reasoning is all about. And, you know, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Smash that like button on your way out and have a great one. I'll see you guys again soon. Sooner than you know it. Take care.